Comedian Bill Burr has dedicated his time to bashing Elon Musk, making him a punching bag. He's going after him this time for being a Nazi. So Rolling Stone reports Bill Burr fired at Elon Musk, calling him evidently a Nazi, and criticized liberals for their lack of response to the tech giant's political influence on an episode of NPR's Fresh Air Monday. Quote, "I'm trying to get regular people to stop yelling at each other and realize that it's a select group of nerds eating raw almonds and doing their stupid workouts and competing with each other to have the biggest infinity pool, and the rest of us are getting pushed down," Burr said. "They've politicized the whole stupid thing and we're falling for it." Burr, who joined the episode in support of his upcoming comedy special Drop Dead Years, clarified he was speaking about idiot Musk. He then brought up Musk's straight-armed salute during Donald Trump's January post-inauguration rally. Quote, "I just refuse to believe it was an accidental two-time Sieg Heil," Burr added, "and he does it at a presidential inauguration." Yeah, you gotta be on your best behavior at a presidential inauguration. So what gives, Elon? Burr then took aim at liberals, saying they have no teeth whatsoever since Musk began heading Trump's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, which has directed mass firings of tens of thousands of federal employees and moved to shutter whole government agencies. Quote, "They just go, 'Oh my God, can you believe this? I'm getting out of the country.' I'm just like, 'You're going to leave the country because of one guy with dyed hair plugs and a laminated face?'" Burr continued. "Who makes a bad car and has an obsolete social media platform? Why doesn't he leave? Why are we so afraid of this guy who can't fight his way out of a wet paper bag?" In a recent episode of his podcast, Burr said he found his account on X, Musk's social media platform, had been flagged for inappropriate content after he made fun of the effing Twitter guy for Sieg Heiling not once but twice. He called Musk a baby, adding, "just like Hitler, an effing baby." He continued laying into Musk, saying he's not even from here, he's from South Africa. He comes to this country and wants to turn it into an effing dictatorship. He doesn't feel that we deserve democracy. Just imagine doing that, going to another country and just deciding, "I'm going to change this form of government because I've decided." He doesn't mind living in a dictatorship as long as he's on the right side of it. Correct. He wants to be the dictator. He's an aspiring dictator. He and Donald Trump alike, birds of a feather flock together. So look, I'm not a big fan of calling names. It's not really my thing. However, the few times that I have resorted to name calling, I have been 100% correct. And I think that it's probably correct to say that Elon Musk is a Nazi based on his Twitter activity of signal boosting Nazi accounts, responding to them positively, and doing a Nazi salute twice. I mean, it had to be intentional, let's face it. So yeah, and plus right-wingers, let's face it, they'll call you a communist for things way more benign than a Nazi salute, you know. So if I just say, I don't like that the Republican tax bill that was passed in the House cuts Medicaid by $880 billion, they'll say, "Oh, you support communism." They'll do that. There are people who will actually do that. So, you know, can you really complain about us calling Musk a Nazi for doing a Nazi salute? I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that. No, I think it's kind of hypocritical. So yeah, it's fair to call Elon Musk a Nazi. There are plenty of other people who might be dead wrong on all of their politics, but they're not Nazis, you know, not even close. They're just standard right-wingers, so whatever. But yeah, Elon Musk did a Nazi salute multiple times. I think it's fair to say he's probably a Nazi or harbors great sympathy for the Nazis. But that's just speculative. We can only infer based on what we see from his X usage and the stuff he does with his hands and his arms, and there's some pretty good evidence there. We can't say for sure that he would love Hitler if Hitler were alive today. As for Burr's roasting of liberals, I generally agree. Some of them have been getting pretty aggressive, but like, there are people actually dying as a result of Elon Musk's cuts to the government. And it's like, wouldn't it be ballsy if they just got up there and said, Elon Musk is a straight up murderer? You know, not a businessman, he's a murderer. Like, he's a killer. He should be in prison for this. That would be very ballsy, and I think Bill Burr would really admire that. And he's probably upset that they're not going that far, that they're not saying, yeah, imprison this man now. And then also, yeah, the idea of Elon Musk coming from another country and trying to run this place, it's not totally new. I wonder if Bill Burr is aware that Elon Musk is doing all this stuff in Europe, trying to get the far right elected, interfering in their elections, doing all sorts of nonsense, just trying to enable the spread of what could arguably be considered fascism worldwide. So it's a really horrendous look. Yeah, I'm going to turn democracies into my own personal pet dictatorship, my pet oligarchy, whatever, you name it. Something bad, something that's antithetical to what our Constitution says and what we were set up to be, you know, a constitutional democratic republic, you know. We're not a pure democracy, but we also have checks and balances, separation of powers, and Elon Musk is going to war with that by hacking into our federal government, getting in there and butchering the IRS, butchering the Treasury, butchering the CFPB, and just acting like he runs it, even though he wasn't even elected. So, brazen corruption, disgusting. I sort of understand being more upset with Elon Musk than with President Trump, because the stuff that President Trump says is more outrageous. But the audacity of Elon Musk might actually be greater than President Trump's, just thinking that he's entitled to go in there and be like, oh yeah, I get to do whatever I want with your federal government now. It's mine. All in the name of shrinking fraud, waste, abuse, all that stuff. But that's not what he's doing. That's not what he's doing. It's just self-enrichment. It's just a self-enrichment scheme. He's taking money from the normal people in this country and putting it into his own pocket, into his own bank account. That's what he's doing. So no, he's not helping anyone. He's not helping anyone. Yeah, and Nazism obviously does not help anyone. The only thing he did that helped anyone was, well, the Nazi salute helped us understand that he's probably a Nazi. So we sort of have to give him credit for some of his honesty, his brutal honesty. Not many tell it like it is. I feel like if a guy like Matt Walsh, or maybe some of the Fox News hosts, former Fox News host Pete Hegseth, in a moment of candidness from them, they would do a Nazi salute. But Elon Musk is goofy enough to go and do one twice. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.